Black Panther, set in Disney's Marvel Universe, came out in February 2018. Most of the film occurs in Wakanda, a fictional African country untouched by European slavery or influence. Black Panther dives into the world of a sophisticated technology that has kept Wakanda hidden and safe. The film begins as Prince T'Challa returns home after the death of his father. As king, T'Challa must decide to either open up Wakanda's borders to assist the world or keep them closed to protect Wakanda and her people. Antagonist Eric Killmonger displays a violent opposite of T'Challa and forces the internal debate to have immediate external consequences. The film depicts many philosophical themes such as the doppelganger, repetitive compulsion, and Freud's id, ego, and superego in this action-packed adventure.
I never freeze.
The revolution will not be televised.
The main conflict throughout the film is that of the doppelganger, displayed through the antagonist Eric Killmonger and protagonist Prince T'Challa. The contrast of these two characters are used to display what Greek poet Prudentius called the psychomachia, which explains the conflict within the soul or the battle between vice and virtue. The posters from the film encapsulates the position of the two characters. Both characters are posed looking down, but the connotation is different. T'Challa is looking down at his hands while wearing the vibranium suit. Looking down at a suit which symbolizes his heritage, his power, and his position. He looks down on them, contemplative, as if he's trying to figure out what to do with his power, a thought that he often expresses throughout the film. Eric is also looking down, however his face is almost mournful. His weapons are distinctly Wakandan, rather than the Western guns he favored for the first half of the film. The use of Wakandan weapons creates a parallel between Eric and T'Challa. These weapons have the same symbolic meaning as T'Challa's, but their placement at Eric's throat displays Eric's perception of lack of choice. He jumps on the vice of killing in order to achieve what he wants. Unlike other films, both these characters serve as the doppelganger. Black Panther displays this doppelganger further through the paths of their fathers. In the beginning of the film, Eric's father is betrayed by a friend, which results in T'Challa's father killing him. Young Eric then finds his father's body in a scene that is talked about rather than displayed. As an adult, both men struggle to honor their father's memory. However, T'Challa's relationship with his parents is displayed in many ways, from a dream to his mother's constant presence. T'Challa is displayed growing up surrounded by support and love, displaying his fierce loyalty to his loved ones as well as their loyalty to him. Eric displays his aloneness through repetition compulsion, where he repeats the traumas of his past. Freud explained that is repressed seeks expression. Throughout the film, Eric represses the trauma of losing his father. There is only one scene where both father and son are displayed together. Instead, he repeats his father's path by betraying both his girlfriend and allies in order to gain the throne. Eric even moves to destroy the places T'Challa described as sacred to his childhood, like T'Challa's father destroyed Eric's home. Black Panther further demonstrates Freud's ideas through the id, ego, and superego, where the throne displays the battle between these three mindsets. Eric is the embodiment of the id. As Freud explained, the id is repository of instinctual drives, sexual and aggressive. T'Challa reflects the superego, an overarching consciousness, constantly checking in with his parents, council, and society of what is right, and thus restricted by it. Secondary character Makobu displays the ego. While less controlled than T'Challa, Makobu displays what Freud described as reason and good sense, a balance between the two extremes. This scene first displays T'Challa's dependence on his council as well as his decision to act as superego through most of the film.
Then I ask, you kill him where he stands, or you bring him back to us?
You have my word. I will bring him back.
In contrast, the next scene occurs after Eric successfully takes the throne. The camera starts upside down to display the uprooting of the superego ideals that controls the court around Eric as they watch him unable to move as he attains the throne. From the introduction of Makobu, we are to assume he is an id, as we are looking from T'Challa's perspective. However, during the battle with Makobu, Makobu pushes the boundaries while never dives into the depths of progression that Eric does. Even in the poster, Makobu is displayed as more aware of his surroundings. His wristbands and necklace display his connections to Wakanda and his power. He is neither dumbfounded or crippled by it. His eyes are clear as he makes careful, reasoned steps throughout the film. It is only through his reason and mediation between id and ego that T'Challa and his company are able to win in the end. Overall, Black Panther gives us a wonderful view of the doppelganger. More than two men, these two embody two ideas, two answers to the same question. They struggle with a past that is intertwined yet neither had control over. Each served to display what the other could have been.